It's no place like home. Hello, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Shaneria and this is Talking Crime. On this channel, we do reaction videos. So if you like drama, if you like tea, heck, if you just like to hear somebody else's story, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button. And if you are returning, you know I got a reaction video for you today. So let's get started on today's reaction.
Story time on how my ex almost unalived me on our trip to New York. So about, I want to say maybe 5 to 6 years ago, I was dating this guy that I had met. For this story purpose, I will call him, we're gonna call him DeAndre. Now, quick disclaimer, I do want to say that this ex is unfortunately deceased now, and I am not one to ever speak ill of the dead. I just simply wanted to come on here and share my experience to bring awareness to other girls that domestic violence is real. It happens, and don't think that you're exempt from it happening to you. So yeah, me and this particular ex was actually on and off for about 3 years or so, and I'm not gonna get on here and say, oh, I was just getting my ass beat, like black eyes, getting fucked up. No, it wasn't like that. But there were times where he would get super frustrated at certain things, like if I found out he was cheating, because he cheated on me multiple times, but that's besides the point. But like that, for instance, he would hit me because of that. I found out something like that, or it would just be shit that I would do that he didn't like, so he would put his hands on me. So we were going on a trip to New York. I was originally supposed to go by myself. I didn't even have the funds really to bring him with me, but I went out of my way and we went over to Route 21 in Brooklyn Center. It's no longer there anymore. If you live in Minnesota, you know they took it down. But yeah, I took him to Route 21 and I got him a few outfits, like what I could pay for. Because honestly, I was on a little budget kind of for going on this trip, because like I said, it was just supposed to be me going on the trip originally. So we got him a couple outfits or whatever, but while we're in the Route 21, one of the girls, he was actually going back and forth with me and her, like with or whatever. She texted me on Snapchat while we were shopping for his clothes. And it's ironic because the girl actually had the same name as me, literally same spelling, everything. So she texts me on Snapchat and I tell him, like, you know, she just texted me and she's saying that you was just texting her and saying this stuff or whatever, like basically bashing me to the girl and wanting to get with her or whatever. So he's like, man, that's on you if you want to listen to that, woo woo, you know, shit like that. Me being naive and young at the time, I wasn't really in my right mind. So I decided, you know what, we're still gonna go on the trip together. Like, oh, my man wants to go with me, you know, let's go and have fun or whatever. And I had met this girl back in Miami or whatever, when I first ever went to Miami for my birthday trip. I think I had turned 18, I believe. And she was super cool, super dope or whatever. And she had invited me out to where she stayed, which was in New York. And she was like, you know, we having this concert, this big concert. I forgot what it's called exactly, but it was like Moneybagg Yo was performing. She was performing. And somebody else big, I think SZA maybe. I could be wrong on that part though. Oh, excuse me. But I know it was just a big concert that I was coming out there for. So, boom, I book our tickets, everything. He didn't have to pay for anything, y'all. Like, he didn't pay for nothing. The only thing he paid for was when we left the trip and his auntie had sent him some money for our baggage. Other than that, the food, like the drinks when we went out, like everything I paid for. I mean, we even bought the tickets to the I feel like the concert name is trying to come to me and it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's not that important. So basically, I paid for the tickets for us to go to this concert or whatever. I'm thinking we gonna go or whatever. So moral of the story is we get to New York and everything is going good. We having fun. We taking pictures. We walking around. We actually had a hotel in Times Square. We had a nice little view or whatever. It wasn't nothing too crazy. It was cool. The girl I was cool with at the time, she actually came to our room. We was chilling together. We even went out together. We went to this thing called the Douce Fest. It was real cool, real vibey. So the first initial thing that kind of sent his like trigger off. So yeah, the first thing that sent his first trigger off that kind of made him tick a little bit was we were inside of the Douce Fest and this guy was looking at me and like that he was looking at me and DeAndre peeped it and he was like the fuck, and he was going off for a second and I had to like calm him down, like because I didn't want the night to get ruined. I'm like, chill, like it's not like that. I'm not looking at him. You got a pretty girl, it is what it is. So boom, fast forward, the next thing that sends his trigger off, my friend at the time that was coming to meet us or whatever at the Douce Fest that lived in New York, she was coming down the street or whatever. So I'm like, okay, we got to go outside and wait for her, woo. So we had like a blunt or whatever rolled and we, was finna, and he was trying to take pictures with me. And I'm like, okay, we could take pictures, but mind you, we ain't have no lighter. None of us brought a lighter. I don't know why, none of us had a lighter. So the person that we borrowed a lighter from was finna leave. So we like, let's just smoke first and then we could take pictures after or whatever. Y'all, when I tell you that sent this man over the edge, like he blew a fuse, like just off of that. And I'm like, and like he stormed off, like walked off, like he was having veins popping out his head, like he had got super mad. And I'm just like, you gotta chill. Like it honestly blew my whole high, like the little high that I did get when I hit the blunt a few times. Like I was like, I don't even want to smoke no more. I'm cool. Like I was irritated. Mind you, this is my first time bringing him to meet this girl I was cool with or whatever that I had just met in Miami a few months prior. So that was like super embarrassing for me. Like, like, ugh. So anyways, we got into that altercation or whatever downtown New York. And we did end up taking a picture or two because we ended up just walking off and going to this little pizza spot or whatever down the street or something like that. I think it was a pizza spot or deli or something like that. And we took a few pictures or whatever, but honestly, the pictures came out so bogus because I was just like irritated and over it. Like I was ready to leave his ass downtown, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm like, you know what, I ain't gonna do nothing like that type shit. So we ended up going back to our room, and this was actually the same night where the almost him unaliving me happened. So we get back to the room, we chilling or whatever, and I don't know how we got to this point, but I was in his phone or whatever, and he was showing me something. Oh, so he was showing me basically that one of the girls on his Snapchat had commented on one of our photos. Basically, she slid up and said something nice or whatever. So me being like, oh, okay, like, just looking at it like, that's cute, because I don't know how females be. So I wasn't like one of them, oh my God, she complimented us, type shit. Y'all, come to part 2.
You know what I hate the most? I hate when it's supposed to be a good time and everybody should be enjoying themselves. And it's one Debbie Downer that will do anything, go out the way to make shit just bad. Like, make the whole event, make the whole situation bad as hell. And the worst part is you having to be embarrassed because the way this person want to act around people that you barely know, or people that you invited out, or people that you probably put them up on a pedestal when talking about them to them. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, what if she gave so many compliments and put him up on a pedestal to this girl that invited him to New York, and now he acting a plum fool in front of her? That shit is embarrassing as hell. And not only that, the red flag would have been him wanting to go in the first place when you was invited by another female that wasn't bringing a male with her. The second red flag is you having to pay for the whole fucking trip for him too, when the plan wasn't for him to go in the first place. Why did he need to go? The third red flag is you can't help that somebody looking at you, and you're not gonna go out looking any kind of fucking way. So it just don't add up. Like, you don't even know the person that's looking at you, and he wanted to act a fucking fool because the person was looking at you. And 9 times out of 10, old boy seen him with you and was looking at you intentionally, maybe to get a response out of him. Because that's what petty people do. And immature people will react to it, knowing good and well you don't even know this dude.
Welcome back to part 2 of how my ex almost unalived me on our trip to New York. So I really could have finished up this part in part 1, but I had to give you guys like some sort of a storyline so y'all know kind of how everything led to what it was and basically what was going on before the trip. So when he gives me his phone and I see, that the girl complimented us or whatever, I guess I accidentally like touched something on the screen a certain way and it like scrolled up like some more, and it was other messages too. So he saw that I saw those messages or whatever, and I just made a face. All I did was like, like when you see something and you peep something or whatever, and you're just like, So that's the face I made. He notices that I made that face, and he goes ballistic. Like, he goes off like, nah, cause now you finna start acting funny and shit. Woo woo woo. Like, you finna be trying to talk to one of these niggas down here in New York and da 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 da. Like, in my head, I'm like, bro, we out of town. I don't give a fuck about that girl. Like, I was not tripping, y'all. I swear I was not. Like, I wasn't finna start acting weird or nothing. Like, it was just something I peeped. Like, oh, okay, that was a girl that you was trying to get with, or y'all was flirting or whatever. That ain't got shit to do with me. Because we're together now. We're in New York, baby. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to turn up. Okay, so he goes off on me basically, and I'm like, well, come on, let's go out the room or whatever, because we was finna go do something like hang out and chill or whatever. So we was finna go out, hang out and chill and stuff like that, and he grabs me and we basically get into a physical altercation. And the first thing he does to me is he pushes me on the bed, and he takes his thumbs and he gets on top of me, and he pushes his thumbs to the back of my throat. And mind you, he has long nails, so y'all can just imagine how much that shit hurt. And he's doing this like really hard, and he's on top of me, and my mouth starts bleeding and stuff like that. Before I could even lift my body up, he gets on top of me again, but pins me down. He grabs a pillow and he puts it on my face and starts to strangle me, basically. And when I tell you, that was like the most traumatic thing I had ever really gone through in my life. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, like, for real. So as he's strangling me with this pillow, I can't move my legs. Like, my whole body is like this, but my arms are the only thing I can manage to get out. So I kind of, had an advantage because I had some acrylics on. So I take my nails and I just start digging them into his face. But in the midst of while he's strangling me, my life flashed before my eyes. I literally had a flashback to my first birthday, and I don't even remember my first birthday. And I ended up getting this flash of my son's face, my first son. And once I seen that flash of my son's face, it was like something in me motivated me to get up. Like, bitch, you got to get up. Like, he's strangling you. You have to get up. And all I can remember is that I just started digging my nails into his face, and he ended up letting me up because I'm guessing I must have hit something that I think I was almost finna poke his eye out, to be honest. So I managed to get up and get him off of me. So once I get up, I'm coughing up blood at this point, like whatever blood that did come out. Like, it wasn't like a lot, but it was enough, to keep me suffocated on top of him, strangling me with the pillow. And once I get him off me, I'm just trying to breathe, and I'm just crying, and I'm like, get out. Like, as I'm trying to breathe, I'm like, get, like, it was just like, I was fucked up, so I'm like, get out, whatever. And he was just like trying to calm me down or whatever, because he probably thought I was gonna call the cops, get him locked up down there and stuff like that. But despite what he did to me, I was not finna do nothing like that. That just, I don't know, I could have, but I just didn't decide to do nothing like that. So after that happens, I end up basically leaving the room, and I left him at the room. I said, you know what, you can stay here since you don't want to get out. I'll leave. So what I did was I just walked down the hallway. Like, he must have thought I probably left, but I didn't. I just walked down the hallway for a second, and then I ended up deciding to walk back towards the room, and he caught me walking back towards the room. So I was going downstairs to get another key, and all I could do was cry. Like, it was just like so embarrassing. Like, and it honestly just ruined the whole trip, to be honest. So then we go back upstairs, and I was just like, you know what? You still don't want to leave the room. I need some time. So I just decided to leave the room again. And instead of going downstairs to the lobby or going outside, I just went all the way down the hallway. They had like this little cut, and it was like a door to like the stairway, I believe. And I sat there, and I took pictures of my face. I had like some cuts inside of my lips and inside of my mouth and the back of my throat. And I just took pictures of my face. I no longer have those pictures because it was just so traumatic for me to look at, to be honest. And I just didn't want to relive that moment again, And I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Like I said, I would never wish domestic violence on any woman. But I do want to say to all the ladies out there, if a man hits you, he will kill you. He will. I don't care if it's just a little outburst or if it's just something minor where he snaps here and there and he smacks you around. No, baby. The first time that man puts his hands on you, leave him where he at. And damn sure, do not go out of town with him. After a man has already put his hands on you while you were in the States with him or in the country with him, don't take that man out of town. Do not go nowhere with him where you're 1,000 miles away from your family and people that are going to come to your rescue like that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just want to say, in this Ashley Janae situation, should really shed more light on that. Use your discernment, ladies, too. Like, my gut and my discernment told me not to bring him on that trip with me. and I still decided to bring him on that trip with me. And that's something I shouldn't have did, based off of another woman coming to me literally the day before we were finna leave to let me know, like, you know, he's saying these awful things about you and, you know, stuff like that. But back then I didn't really know my self-worth like that. I didn't know how to, like, just let a person go, I guess, that I really loved. And it was just hard for me to just walk away, I guess. But I'm just glad to say that I still have my life and happy to be here with my children. But I do want to say rest in peace to my ex. God rest his soul. Like I said, I would never speak ill will of the dead, but I just simply came on here to share my experience with you all. And I'm sending you all peace, love, and light, ladies. Be careful, be safe, and do not let you ignoring your gut be the reason you lose your life.
Rest in peace to Ashley Janae. If y'all haven't heard about her story, she went to Africa with her boyfriend that turned into her fiance because he proposed to her. And then I think it was the day after her birthday or the day of her birthday, they trying to still figure it out. She lost her life, but it's being said that she herself. But things got to play out and the investigation is still going. So rest in peace to Ashley. And y'all, when I say that this just triggered me, but at the end of the day, this is why I do these reaction videos. Some people just think that I'm just trying to be messy. No, a lot of these reaction videos I do, it's to help somebody else. Bring awareness. Let people that's actually living this or doing this see other people's story so they can turn the whole thing around, like go in a different direction. Like this type of stuff helps people. And I know people be on the internet just telling their business. A lot of times this stuff help people. Take their advice, listen to their experiences. This was a sad situation and she could have lost her life based on messages when she could have just left this man a long time ago, knowing she had these type of issues with him before he even went to New York with her. He's willing to embarrass her at home. He's willing to do it out of the country, out of the state. All of the things that she said, you guys. And also, like, just leave. If y'all can't come to an agreement, just leave. Leave out of the situation. When arguments happen, walk away. I know it's harder to do it than say it, but we gotta learn to, you know, change the whole situation, change the direction, because she could have lost her life. This could have been her last time on earth. And her last time would have been seeing his face. What? And I understand she didn't want to call the police, but baby, you almost lost your life. Definitely. He could have followed you out of that room and did something to you over there where you was chilling at because you didn't want to go back in that room. Anything could have happened to you because you didn't make it aware. And then by you not getting it on paper that this happened to you, he could have easily done something else to you and nobody would have known the history of you and him and the situations you had went through with him, because you so wanting to protect him, but he's willing to want to hurt you. I'm so happy you got out that situation. And at the end of the day, karma is at the end of the day. You guys, drop down in the comment section what you think about her story. Don't forget to join the family by subscribing. Hype me up to get me out in the algorithm. I say this all the time. Hit that hype button, comment, share. And if you are returning, y'all already know how we like to do it. Y'all already know what to do. Hype me up, share, comment, all of the things. I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.